Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm FPL Roo, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at FPL. We're going to be going through the announced double game weeks and looking at my first draft for the unlimited transfers starting in game week 17. So if you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you give this video a like. So first up, we go and look through the 5 teams that do have double game weeks. Let's start off with Fulham, who start off game week 17 with Crystal Palace and Southampton. Then they do have a double game week in game week 19 against Leicester away from home and Chelsea at home. So I wouldn't say an amazing double game week, but pretty solid if you do have Andreas or Mitrovic. We might be looking at a captaincy option from Fulham as say the other team that has a double game week in that week is Chelsea. So Chelsea start off with Bournemouth at home, Forest away, great fixtures, and then going into the double game week of City at home and Fulham away. So yeah, not great for Chelsea with City away, but I think Kepa would be a good option and Reece James if he is fit. And yeah, I don't really trust any of the Chelsea forwards, so they'll probably be my only options. And then moving on to City. So City start off with Leeds away, Everton at home, Chelsea away, and then a potential. So it's not absolutely guaranteed. A potential double game week of United away and Spurs at home. So and then followed by Wolves at home and then Spurs away, and then double game week in game week 23 with Villa at home and Arsenal away. So I'd probably say at least 2 City players is essential. So Haaland probably being one of them, and then either De Bruyne or Cancelo or Foden could be the other one. Again, not the best double game week in terms of the first one, the game week 20 for City. But that game week 23 one does look a little bit better as I do have Villa at home. And yeah, Arsenal away won't be easy, but you've got a fancy City against everyone. It's just that Tottenham away, Tottenham at home, and United away could be tough. And another thing with that double game week 20, it's actually not guaranteed. So the other team who have a double game week is Spurs, so have Brentford away, Villa at home, Crystal Palace away, and then Arsenal and City in that double game week, which is really tough. So in terms of players for that, yeah, like I said, it's not guaranteed because basically if either City or Tottenham have a replay in the FA Cup game, then that double game will be cancelled and it only be with single game week. City have Chelsea, which is tough. They did beat them in the Carabao Cup, but yeah, you never know what team both teams will put out. And Spurs do have Portsmouth at home, so it's a little bit easier than City's game. But yeah, it's not a guarantee. But City do have that other double game week in game week 23, so it may be worth at least two City. For Spurs, Kane or Kulusevski could be a good option. For the defence, Perisic and Romero are still at the World Cup, so I'm not too sure if they'll be ready for the first few game weeks. So I was Spurs fan, obviously. Our defence will be weakened, so I'm not too sure on the Spurs defence. But definitely Kane or Kulusevski are options. Next up, Arsenal. We do have that double game week in game week 23, Brentford at home and City at home. Arsenal fixtures are not the best starting off after the World Cup. So West Ham at home can be tough, Brighton away, Newcastle at home, Spurs away, United at home, Everton away, Brentford, and then City at home in the double game week. So yeah, it can be a really tough to kind of get 3 Arsenal players. I'd probably recommend 2: Ben White, cheap option, and maybe Martinelli again, another cheap option. I wouldn't be spending big on Arsenal players. So now we'll just look through my first draft for my unlimited transfers. So we'll start off with my goalkeepers. I've gone for Kepa. Yeah, the fixtures as soon as we come back from from the break are pretty good. Bournemouth at home, Forest away, and then a double game week. Although a double game week is tough, there's great fixtures either side of it. Um, so yeah, in that double game week, you got Fulham and then City. But outside of that, like I said, you got two great fixtures, and then you got Crystal Palace after the double game week. So yeah, Kepa is a great option. And for my sub goalkeeper, I have gone for Danny Ward. Although Leicester do start with really tough fixtures, so Newcastle and Liverpool. I just feel like for 4 million, having a starting goalkeeper on your bench is great. And you know how great he has been before the World Cup, so hopefully he can keep that up and come on when Kepa doesn't start, or if he doesn't start. Next up, we'll look at the defence. So I've actually kept most of my defence from pre-World Cup. I've gone for Trippier, who's probably been the best defender in the game, and probably in non-FPL as well. Newcastle have been so good this season. They also start pretty well. They have Leicester and Leeds in their first two games, but then they do have Arsenal. And then they've got Fulham, Crystal Palace. So yeah, but I think Trippier is fixture proof really, and Newcastle have been so good this season that I kind of fancy him against almost everyone, probably bar City and Arsenal. Speaking of Arsenal, I have kept Ben White. So he did leave the World Cup early due to personal issues. At that price point at 4.7, and I'm pretty sure I got him for a way cheaper than that. So yeah, Arsenal's fixtures are not the best, but I just feel like for that price, and if Arsenal do continue their form, he is a good option. They've got West Ham at home, Brighton away, Newcastle at home, Tottenham, and then Man United are pretty tough, but they do have that double game week in game week 23, so it'll be useful for that. And then yeah, Cancelo, again, potential two double game weeks for City. So yeah, I'm not too confident on his attacking performances this season. He has hauled in a few games, but he's not as consistent with it. But if you're looking at City's defense, there's no one else that's guaranteed to start more than Cancelo, I'd say. And then for my bench players, I've gone for Patterson at 4 million. Done really, really well at the start of the season before he got injured. But then, he got injured, so he's out of the team. But Everton, I feel like I do fancy them to pick up clean sheets against the easier teams, and especially at home. Away from home, I don't trust them against anyone. But yeah, Patterson has gone in basically because I've run out of money. I've also gone for Bueno for Wolves. I kept him in 3.9. They have got good fixtures, but hopefully I'll never have to play him. So yeah, he'll probably just sit on my bench. For the midfield, so I've gone for the freemium. So I've got Salah. So Liverpool have great fixtures after the World Cup. Villa away, Leicester at home, Brentford away, Brighton away, Chelsea at home, Wolves away, Everton at home. Yeah, so really great. Salah's had that rest as well because Egypt did not qualify for the World Cup. So I'm hoping he can kind of carry on that form that he kind of showed in glimpses towards the end of the first part of the season. Yeah, and hopefully he can get me a few points. I've also kept Martinelli. So although Arsenal's fixtures are not the best, I just think they're playing so well. And for that price, I feel like he's a must-have, really. You could go for Nketiah up front now that Jesus is likely to be out for a good few months at 6.5. But I just fancy Martinelli more because I feel like he could play up front rather than Nketiah, or he could play from the left. And Smith-Rowe goes on the left or as a false nine. So yeah, I feel like Martinelli has a more chance of having that guaranteed spot. I've also, first time this season, I've gone for Almiron. I've missed out on probably all these points, and he'll probably not get any returns now. I've got him in my team, but yeah, Newcastle, like I said, I've been on fire. Good fixtures to start: Leicester away, Leeds at home, Arsenal away, tough, but Fulham at home, Palace away, and then West Ham and Bournemouth. Yeah, hopefully he can carry on his goal scoring form, as he's literally been probably one of the best players in the league, bar Haaland this season. And yeah, my final starting midfield slot, I've gone for Marcus Rashford. So it was a toss-up between him and Martial, but I have gone for Rashford because I wanted three other strikers basically. Now that Ronaldo's been kicked out of Man United, Rashford does have a chance to start up front, although I do kind of prefer him from the left, but I feel like now he might have a chance to basically get on the end of things more and yeah, kind of make that run in behind and get up in more in them central positions. But yeah, United fixtures are great. Forest at home, Wolves away, Bournemouth at home, the first three. They do run into City and Arsenal, but even after that, they got pretty good fixtures. So yeah, I'd say at least one Man United player is essential. And for the bench, I've gone for Andreas. Really, really reliable, and he does have that double game week. So there's always a chance of playing him if, say, Newcastle or Arsenal don't have the best fixture. Yeah, always a chance of playing Andreas in that double game week. So we'll move on to the strike force. I've gone for Harry Kane. I'm not too sure on Kane, but I feel like he's done so well so far, and Spurs haven't been clicking. So I'm hoping Spurs do click after the World Cup, and Kulusevski will be a big part of that, bringing creativity to the team. So hopefully Kane can get more goals, and he's not like he's done bad this season. I think he's nearly got a goal a game, and yeah, Spurs haven't been playing well. So hopefully with Kulusevski back, more creativity, Spurs pick up the performances and kind of go on kind of a similar run and perform similarly to how they did at the end of last season. And hopefully Kane can be a big part of that. Also, Spurs do have that potential double game week, although it is pretty tough with Arsenal at home, City away. But yeah, I fancy Kane to score against Arsenal, to be honest. He always does. And he starts off after the World Cup with Brentford away, Villa at home, Palace away, and then the double game week of Arsenal and City. Also going for Haaland. It's a bit of a punt. Not too sure how good this guy will be, but I'm hoping he gets a few goals for me. I'm only joking. But yeah, essential. City could have 2 double game weeks, which it will be looking at triple captain whether to or not. At the moment, I feel like it may be better to wait, as they're not great double game weeks. But yeah, it could be an option if you feel like City are just going to blow any team away. So this does start off with Leeds away, Everton at home. So you'll be able to gauge from that how basically on fire City are. And with them 2 potential double game weeks, Haaland is a must. I've also gone for Mitrovic. Great start to the season. He has really, really good fixtures coming back from the international break, and Serbia did go out in the group stages. So he'll be well rested. They've got Palace away, Southampton at home, Leicester at home, and then Chelsea and Newcastle. That is their double game week is Leicester and Chelsea, but then they've got Newcastle away, Spurs at home, and Chelsea again. So not the best fixtures, but yeah, with that double game week, I feel like it's a no-brainer to have Mitrovic in there. Well, that was my what don't I want to call it, unlimited transfers first draft team for game week 17 and beyond. Let me know what you think of my team. Rate it out of 10. What do you reckon? 7, 8, 9? Also, let me know if I've missed out any must-have essential players. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give this video a like, as it really does help it out and allow me to make more FPL and fantasy videos in the future. So yeah, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.